Well, look at you awake already this morning. How are you? You're looking awesome. Thursday, Bum Slide Thursday on Mornings with Luann and Tim. So good of you to join us this morning.
It's close to Friday. Hey, KC Security, thanks for sponsoring our show this month.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it every single day that you drop in and join us as well. Remember yesterday we were talking about Matt Lauer? 2 years after he was fired, this huge explosion happens all over again because one of the people who accused him originally...
A producer, right?
Yes. She said actually gave very descriptive details about the fact that he raped her.
Their first sexual encounter was a rape.
And then the sexual encounters continued.
I wanted to ask you about that today.
Yes.
Okay, it makes sense to me. Okay, listen.
I know, it makes sense.
It's kind of like date rape, right?
Yeah.
Would it be? But she didn't expect any kind of sexual contact when she went with him that first time, I don't think.
I don't know what she was expecting.
I think the story was that she didn't expect anything to happen. So when it did happen, it was even more of a surprise.
She went to his hotel room to get her credentials, apparently.
Okay, so it was a rape.
Yes.
But I personally know people whose first encounter with somebody would probably have been considered a date rape, but the person continued to see that person.
Really?
So I don't know. I mean, it's complicated, obviously.
Well, it's very complicated. Absolutely.
But I think maybe people begin to realize and become more aware of what happened and what the situation was, and realize, hey, you know what? Technically, I was raped.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if it's...
Maybe her second encounter with him was more gentle, and you know,
that's the thing. Maybe there was beyond that first encounter. Maybe there was it was consensual. But the point is, it doesn't matter beyond that what happened.
That's
on that instance, if it was non-consensual and she didn't want it and she said no, that's a rape. So
and it's hard because people say, well, why would she ever go back? But it's like someone who's being abused by a spouse for years and years and years and years. They stay. Why do they stay?
He's Matt Lauer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Matt Lauer, and she was a producer. But
I don't know, complicated.
Yeah. Remember yesterday I was telling you, when we talked to you about this story, I talked about Ann Curry. And do you remember when she was fired very quickly? And there were so many rumors about the fact that he instigated her being fired because she was too good at her job.
Ooh.
Yeah. She was talking to Gayle King and Nora O'Donnell yesterday on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And she said nothing surprises me. She says the details don't surprise me at all. Yeah.
Ann Curry said
this? Yeah, Ann Curry said that. And then
Having
she
known
said,
Matt Lauer.
yes, and then she said, they asked her, do you feel like he got you fired? She said, you would have to ask somebody else about that. It hurt like hell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, you know, there he was, and here he is.
Right.
You know?
You reap what you sow.
Yes, absolutely. Demi Lovato is mourning the death of a good friend of hers.
Oh.
Apparently his name is Thomas, and she posted on Instagram, posted a picture of him, and he died of an overdose. And of course we know that, you know, just a couple of months ago she overdosed and then had to go back into rehab and stuff. So she said it's just heartbreaking, and she says addiction is no joke.
It's Mental Health Week, by the way. Did you know that?
No.
It is.
You know what? Somebody who's doing something about it, Prince Harry and Ed Sheeran are doing a video together for World Mental Health Day.
Okay.
And in the video, they're trying to make it look really casual. Ed Sheeran shows up and says, hey, mate. And then Harry says, hey, mate. And we're going to do this video, blah, blah, blah. So Ed Sheeran starts, we're mad and we're not going to take it anymore. We are gingers and we're going to fight for it. And Harry's got to tell him, no, I think there was a miscommunication. This is about mental health awareness. It was actually very cute.
Oh,
Two cute gingers. Like, look at them, right?
I hope the story was going to be that Prince Harry was going to sing with him.
Oh, does he sing?
I don't know. I bet he could.
He can do anything he wants. He's the prince. Even if he sucks, you're not going to tell him that.
Hey, you know.
Well, you would. Your Highness, you blow. Sorry.
So, speaking of Mental Health Week and all the stuff you've been talking about, mental illness and mental health and depression and addiction, A lot of stuff is coming out because of this Joker movie, I'll tell you that, Luann.
Oh.
It's starting a lot of conversations. And celebrities are coming out. Brandon Lee, now he is the son of Tommy Lee and Pamela Lee, Pamela Anderson
Pamela
Lee,
Anderson,
right?
okay.
Apparently, I don't know this. The Hills, New Beginnings, that's a TV show. He's on that film. Brandon Lee, he's 23 years old. Anyway, he's talking about going to see the Joker. Or is it called The Joker or Joker?
I think it's Joker.
Joker. He said it really it hit home for him. It hit the nail on the head. He said, here's a quote: "The Joker film hit the nail on the head. I hope people will realize how much we constantly torment people with mental illness in this country. We deprive them of counsel, medication, and aid to pay for those. We tease them in our schools, outcast them as adults, and we are surprised when people lash out in extreme fashion."
Wow.
Here's part I don't agree with. He says, "We blame gun laws after mass shootings when we should be looking at the individual." I think you need to do both.
I think he needs to cover both.
Pushing political agendas over people's well-being. We need a better way to address mental health in this country because it's only getting worse. He's dealt with depression and anxiety his entire life, and he said he's been fortunate that he's had the resources to afford treatment. He said it's not fun. Untreated, it does not get better. There's no light at the end of that tunnel. You feel alone, helpless, and like there's no way out. You feel like you are drowning. So,
and he
watching the film and seeing the character
and
going through that, it makes you, you do kind of. That's what there's people are saying. This film makes you feel for the guy
for Joker.
For the Joker, who ends up being.
Now tell me how difficult that would be as a director, producer, writer of a film, right? We're going to make you like the bad guy.
Make you like the bad guy.
That's outrageous in itself.
See, and
the fact that this movie is doing so well and so many people are talking about it is awesome.
In this movie, you wouldn't even call him the bad guy. I mean, I think the character of the Joker in later films becomes the bad guy.
Yes.
In this film, he's just a person who needs. He's a broken man.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's more of his story and
absolutely.
Why he became Joker.
This is not about superheroes and villains. This is a story, about men.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. You were disappointed, you said.
Not disappointed. I just felt like sometimes it was a little self-indulgent.
For Joaquin Phoenix?
That's strictly from an acting point of view.
Right.
Nothing from the. And also, I didn't like Robert De Niro as the talk show host. I didn't buy it. It felt weird to me. And also the dialogue in those sections, the whole storyline there, I felt was not written well. Look at me go. Who am I, really?
Tim Murphy.
Pay no attention to the man behind the desk.
So, when you say that it's self-indulgent, do you think that's a writing situation or is that the actor?
I think it's a combination of the director giving the actor a lot of time to do stuff, to go somewhere, and I just felt like we went there an awful lot.
Well, you have to fill 2 hours. You paid for it. Right?
It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed the film. I found that parts of it were like, okay, we've seen this already. We're seeing this again? Really? Okay. It didn't feel like it was growing. I'm talking too much about that movie, but I
still want to see it now, though, right?
No.
Don't you?
I would go. I'm not saying don't see the film. Go see the film.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to so disagree with him. I just know it.
I want to talk later on the show about The Masked Singer because I watched it again last night.
Ooh.
And
and somebody got booted, right?
Yeah. And I also have a couple other stories for you. Do you have more for me?
No, I have nothing for you.
Well, I have interviews for you too.
Who's coming on?
Okay, so let me see if I get this right. District of Sault Ste. Marie Social Services Administration Board, right? DSSSAB. They've been working in combination with the John Howard Society, local businesses, Ontario Works. The whole idea is you take somebody and you help them find a placement in a business that interests them where maybe they don't have a lot of training but they haven't tried it yet. It's a chance to take somebody off of Ontario Works and get them paid for a job, trained in a job. But more than that, there's counseling going on. Yeah. There's self-growth. There's access to different resources.
Sounds so positive.
It really is. Watch it. It's a two-parter. It's brilliant stuff. This is the first model was done in restaurant and hotels, and they have plans to do other versions of this in other fields. It's really a great thing. And you have the news.
I have the news a bit later on.
And then don't forget, at 1 o'clock today, we have the debates live.
The debates live.
Really anyway, we got to go. We'll come back. Enjoy this two-parter with DSSSAB and work placement. We'll be back after this.
past year, we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Look where we are. We're live on location at Algoma's Water Tower Inn. Joining me this morning from it's called DSSSAB, District of Social Service. No, District of, you say it.
District of Social Services Administration Board.
That. Okay, so your name is?
Shelley.
Shelley, what do you do at the DSSSAB?
I am an employment coordinator.
Employment coordinator. Tobin, right?
Yes, correct.
What do you do?
I'm also an employment coordinator.
And?
I'm Michael Davies, and I'm an employment coordinator.
Imagine that, I got three of them all together. So you guys are working on a brand new initiative here in the Sioux, right? And does it have a name?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah.
I'm just going to do this. Boom!
We're the hospitality training program right now.
Hospitality training program. That's why we're in a hotel. So what you guys are doing is you're taking people who would normally be looking for support from Ontario Works, right? And you're finding placement opportunities for them as well as education and training, right, Tobin?
That's correct.
So what's going on here today, for instance?
So right now, the Water Tower has generously given us one of their rooms, and we're working in partnership with the John Howard Society.
Aha!
And they're delivering soft skills training in the morning.
Soft skills training. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what that is. It's social skills work, right?
Absolutely. We have John Howard here, and they're doing the Options for Change program right now.
Options for Change. So this is encouraged. It's actually almost like a little bit of counseling provided as, right? Job counseling and also, you talk.
Preparing them for employment and making sure they're ready to go. And
that everything about, that's right from communication skills to putting yourself in a situation for customer service, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what kinds of, who teaches these classes when they're here?
John Howard Society.
So the John Howard Society partners with you guys?
Yes.
Okay. How many days are they in a class like that?
They're in 3 mornings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
They do a job placement. They're placed in the various hotels and restaurants on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Ah.
And Monday, Wednesday, they get to hear us talk. And then Friday, they work with Strong Minds, Healthy Bodies, and they do a self-care.
So you've got everything from self-care to hands-on skills, where they're working in the environment, to working with the John Howard Society on how to make changes in your life, affect positive changes in your life. Yeah. How long is this program running, Tobin?
It runs until the end of September.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Is this a pilot project for you guys?
It is, yeah. Okay. So we've hit the ground running, and so far so good.
Have you copied other models from other agencies to do this here in the Sioux, or did you make this up from scratch?
Well, I know the Workforce Entry Committee has been working very hard on this program, and it is brand new for us.
Well, is there a chance that the people who are placed will end up with employment in the locations where they are placed?
That is our fondest thoughts for them right there, that they'll find some gainful employment and they'll have the skills to market themselves if they don't get hired right away.
Right.
And we also work with Sioux Community Career Center and Employment Solutions, so they're delivering some of the employment pieces to them as well. Yeah.
You guys have brought all these agencies together. So wait, name them again. How many of you are involved in this locally?
There's quite a bit of us.
Yeah.
So there's us.
John Howard.
Yeah, John Howard. Employment Solutions. Sioux Community Career Center.
Right.
Strong Minds. And
then all the where other locations are they located, Tobin? You've got several hotels / hotel restaurants that have volunteered to work on the program with you.
That's correct. So there's 12 hotels in total. I think I'd miss someone if I mentioned them all, but great partnership from the hotels in the city. Yeah.
Okay, and so you were talking about transferable skills, right? So sometimes do you find that sometimes people sell themselves short on what their abilities and their skill levels are?
I think everyone does.
Yeah.
And I think in this particular instance, they've become such a cohesive group that they're noticing their own skills when they're working with their peers, and the peers are noticing their skills as well. So it's really got some integrity as a class.
Yeah.
And we see it every day. We see it when we come and check them on the workplaces.
So what you're seeing is a sense of pride, right? And then obviously that's great for self-esteem, correct?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And a sense of belonging.
Community, right?
Yes.
And feeling like they're contributing something rather than taking. True? Now, who am I talking to? That's somebody from the Economic Development Corporation? Or no, Future Sault Ste. Marie?
Yes.
That's another partner we didn't mention. I'm talking to you next. Future Sault Ste. Marie is on this. How many people are in this program right now, Tobin? Do you have a number?
Well, we started off with near 43, but people gained employment before the program even started.
That's a good thing.
So in terms of active participants, it's in flux, but we have about 25 people right now.
25 working right now in the 12 hotels. Okay, so I'm going to talk to the gentleman from Future Sault Ste. Marie, and then we're actually going to talk to one of the participants. Very interesting. On location at the Water Tower Inn, coming up next. Okay, joining me now, Paul Sayers from Future Sault Ste. Marie. And which area of Future Sault Ste. Marie do you work in, Paul?
I'm the Labor Force Development Coordinator for Future SSM.
Labor Force Development Coordinator. So, in layman's terms, what is your job?
So primarily I work with local employers, as well as people that are looking for jobs within the city of Sault Ste. Marie. My main focus is on highly skilled roles and positions that are hard to fill with some of the bigger companies such as Algoma Steel, Sioux Area Hospital, OLG, some of the skilled trades organizations, groups like that, but also with an initiative such as this one that we're here to talk about today, focusing on people that are on social assistance to transition to the workforce.
So the spectrum of people that you are working with, that you're trying to find employment for, goes right from people who are on social assistance all the way to people who have like high-level skills.
Absolutely, a very holistic approach at Future SSM for labor force development.
Right.
So we're really excited to help any individual that's willing to look for work and put their effort into it, and we can collaborate with local employers, maybe developing projects or plans, and also working with local employment service providers here.
Because we know how important it is for people to migrate to Sault Ste. Marie. We want new people to come to our city, but certainly we need to take care of our own, and that's what you're doing here with this program, right?
Absolutely. Taking care of our own is definitely a priority for us, although we are still trying to attract newcomers through our rural and northern immigration pilot, but I think that's a topic for a different day.
Then come on the show and talk about that.
We will.
Beautiful. Now, let's talk about the partnership between Future Sault Ste. Marie and the DSSSAB, DSAB.
District,
let's just say
Sault Ste. Marie Social Services Administration Board.
What he said. How did this all happen? Whose idea was it? Go.
Yeah, the CEO, Executive Director of DSAB, Mike Nadeau, he reached out to our Mayor, Christian Provenzano, back in May, and he pitched the program related to a few sectors, not only related to hospitality, but also retail and construction labor. As the first cohort, we focused on this sector, hospitality. Yes.
Okay. Because Sault Ste. Marie, we're a tourist destination, and you know, having worked in the restaurant industry for a number of years, I realize there's oftentimes a shortage of line cooks and people to work in the hotel restaurant industry, correct?
You're correct. When Melissa Chegley and myself reached out to local hotels and restaurants, we found there were specific needs within housekeeping, front desk, culinary, servers, as well as maintenance, and a few other areas. So when we reached out to the employers, there was definitely a need there. So we figured this program was a perfect fit. They're willing to work in Ontario Works developing the training, as well as local hotels really came through and provided a number of spots for the candidates.
Hands-on training, as well as the certification. They're getting SmartServe from this training as well.
Not only that, they're also getting certifications related to safe food handling, first aid, SmartServe like you mentioned. They're also doing things such as a CPIC training where the local police force comes in to do some background checks just to ensure that the candidates that are coming in, are meeting the standards of the local employers that we're working with.
And then as we talked with the employees from the job placement from DSSSAB, they're also talking about personal skills development, right?
Absolutely. They developed a criteria with our workforce entry committee team. That's comprised of several community partners, and they developed that with Melissa's team at Ontario Works. And they're currently in the classroom right now, so they're developing skills such as conflict resolution, how to be a customer, do proper customer service, those type of things, scenarios, role-playing, all sorts of areas related to that.
So these are like workshops. The role-playing stuff is perfect. You want to learn how to do customer service, how to react to a certain situation, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what other sectors are you going to move on to? You mentioned...
Well, retail's up next.
Okay, beautiful.
Possibly security. But also, we're going to be looking at construction and labor as well. So those are 4 sectors we've identified, and there's a tremendous need in all 4 of these sectors that were mentioned, and we're hoping that we can, do our part with labor force development with future SSM and the City of Sault Ste. Marie to assist the community. Also, as part of this project, it really was a true community collaboration, not only with the local employment service providers, with the local businesses and hotels that were involved, DSSSAB, future SSM, the City of Sault Ste. Marie. Too many groups, too numerous to mention. I don't want to do a disservice to anybody, but yes, a true community collaboration. Everybody came together for this, developed this, and we're starting to see some successful results.
This is, this is fantastic. And if you're wondering, so out there watching, what's Future Sault Ste. Marie? This is just one part of what Future Sault Ste. Marie is doing in this city to vitalize our community. So.
Absolutely. So if you want to reach out to me, you can also go to welcome2ssm.com or reach me at laborforce@cityssm.on.ca. If you're an employer or somebody that's looking for work, I'm always here to help.
Say that last one again, and then we're going to put it under the screen as well. So give it that last long one again.
Sure. My email address is laborforce@cityssm.on.ca.
And the other first one was?
It's our new website that we recently launched. It's called welcome2ssm.com. You have the ability to upload your resumes. Not only that, there are job postings from local employers on there.
Paul, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
Come on the show again about the other thing too.
I will, yes.
You're a wealth of knowledge. Okay, and now we're going to actually talk to some of the participants in the program to see how things are going for them and what they're getting as a takeaway from this amazing initiative. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Now stay tuned.
This is ONNtv.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Okay, so my obsession with the Masked Singer continues. Yes. I didn't even know who the guy who was exposed was. I never heard of him.
Oh, I have.
Dr. Drew. I would never.
He's one of those
self-help talk show guys.
Yeah.
There he is exposed. He was the Eagle. He had a very deep baritone voice, almost operatic, not a large range. It was not a bad voice. It was interesting to listen to, but I had no guess. I couldn't. People were guessing maybe Howard Stern.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was talking about talk radio. Is he radio, maybe?
Yeah, he's radio, but he also does some TV appearances.
Anyway, that's who the Eagle was. So what they've done is every week they introduce 4 new characters, right? And then now they go and they've removed one person each week. So now
each week they introduce new people?
Yes.
Oh my word.
So we never met these. Last night we met the Eagle, the Flower, the Fox, and the Penguin.
Okay.
Okay, so I know who the Flower is.
Who's the Flower?
Flower is Patti LaBelle, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, that is Patti LaBelle. I thought it was Tina Turner at first, but then she went for high notes at the end. It was like, Tina doesn't have those notes. Those are Patti notes.
Really?
So I swear it's Patti LaBelle. And also, Patti loves to cook.
Yes, she does.
They mentioned baking in there. And
she has a cooking show.
And then something about What's Love Got to Do with It, though, which... that's the song that she sang, I think. Anyway, it's not Tina, it's Patti. Then the other one, who's the Fox, I think it's Wayne Brady.
Oh!
From Whose Line Is It Anyway? He can sing.
He can sing and he can dance.
And so one of the clues was from Doogie to Doubtfire. Doogie Howser, played by Neil Patrick Harris. Yes. Right? Wayne Brady was on How I Met Your Mother with Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay.
And Doubtfire, Robin Williams. Robin Williams appeared on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh.
I think it's Wayne Brady, and I have no idea who the Penguin is, but I have no idea. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's on once a week?
Once a week. So next week we start seeing the people that we saw 2 weeks ago back again, and we get to keep on guessing.
I
love it. I just love it.
I just can't even keep up. Paula Abdul was on Watch What Happens Live last night.
Okay.
And she was asked, so what do you think, because, she's been involved, what do you think about the fact that Katy Perry allegedly is getting $25 million for American Idol? Without missing a beat, she said, good for her. Right on. See, women can support each other.
$25 million to sit there and listen to talented people and then make...
That's hard, though.
I could do that. Which reminds me, Sue's Got Talent. Tomorrow night.
Oh.
It's the finals, and I'm a judge. I'm the final.
Really?
I'm there. I joined the judges who've been there all along as the final night judge.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. It's at Sue Blaster's, so come by, visit, check out the fundraising is going to Arch this year.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah,
what a good cause.
That'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, look, now it's the news.
Yes, we're going to do the news now, and then we'll have part 2 of Tim's interview, so stay tuned. Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades including installation are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
to decrease and manage responsive behaviors, Maple View Extendicare, along with Behaviour Support Ontario, had the grand opening of their multi-sensory room yesterday afternoon. Named Cozy Corner, the room is designed to help assist patients with dementia who may experience sensory overload. The room is fitted with weighted blankets, simulated pet therapy, blackout curtains, and a number of other options also used for comfort. ONNtv was there.
Maple View Extendicare in Sault Ste. Marie on 650 Northern Avenue. We are in the front lobby right now. We are here to show off our multi-sensory room that we have developed with the funding from the LIN program. We have been working on it for quite some time, and we've had a grand opening. Our multi-sensory room we're really excited about because we have the dark lights, we have lighting, we have music, we have weighted blankets, we have a room that we can actually bring people that are having responsive behaviors to settle and to feel calm in our facility. I've been in the BSO role for 2 years now, so we've been talking about it for quite some time, probably almost 2 years. It was always a goal to have a multi-sensory room. We do have different activity rooms that we utilize as well in the facility. However, this is kind of like a special room for anybody in our building that one of the BSO members can go and bring down to settle that resident. It'll be operated by the BSO program, but that doesn't mean it's just set for one floor. It's meant for the whole building.
Yeah. As Debbie said, we've got the weighted blankets that really they de-escalate the behavior. We've got the bright or the lights, the black curtains that will sometimes the light overstimulates people. So the dark curtains, we've got the music, we've got
different programs we can engage them into.
Like pet therapy, we've got the doll therapy, we've got music therapy.
Plenty of books and games and puzzles and that sort of thing, depending on what the responsive behavior is, depends on if the person, where they are in their dementia as well. So it's very personalized to whoever we take into that room.
Have you ever wondered what high school students think about the upcoming federal election? ONNtv's co-op students from Cora Collegiate went to their school to find out.
What's up, everybody? Today we are at Cora Collegiate asking students how they feel about the upcoming federal election. Let's go!
Like a 5 or 6.
1.
About a 7.
3.
Probably about a 7.
Yeah, go for Terry Sheehan, the Liberal Party.
Definitely not Trudeau. I have to look into the other candidates, but no.
The Liberals.
I think he's done well with the climate change position, so by eliminating single-use plastics, and even though some people think the carbon tax is bad, by enforcing that, I think that was good on his behalf, but everything else, not so much.
I think he's done fairly well. He's just made some mistakes. They don't matter. Only Trudeau.
I don't think I would vote for them.
Everyone brings good stuff to the table, but can't go wrong with Justin Trudeau.
The Canadian press has learned that the RCMP does not give lie detector tests to employees undergoing top-level security screenings, despite federal rules that require such examinations. The revelation comes as the National Police Force assesses the damage from possible leaks by Cameron J. Ortiz, who faces charges of violating Canada's official secrets law for allegedly trying to pass classified information to adversaries. At a news conference last month, RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki said Ortiz had a valid top secret clearance, which must be renewed every 5 years, but he had not undergone a polygraph exam. It turns out the RCMP does not use the polygraph for security clearances, even though a 2014 federal standard requires a lie detector test for the highest security security category known as Enhanced Top Secret. The category includes people who have access to sensitive law enforcement or intelligence-related operational information. As Director General of the RCMP's National Intelligence Coordination Center, Ortiz would have been privy to such highly classified material. The RCMP refused to say when Ortiz, who joined the police force in 2007, underwent his most recent security clearance update. Federal agencies were given 3 years to phase in the 2014 standard, making October 2017 the deadline for full compliance. The federal standard says an agency must have the approval of the Treasury Board President, the cabinet minister who oversees the rules, to vary elements such as the polygraph requirement. The RCMP told the Canadian press it did not seek approval from the Treasury Board to forego polygraph exams for enhanced top secret clearances, adding the force continues to work towards adopting the standard in full.
This evening, the streaks of artillery lit the sky of this border town, the Turkish army hitting Kurdish targets just inside Syria.
Canada joined its major allies yesterday in firmly condemning Turkey's military incursion into northern Syria. Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland made Canada's position clear in a series of late afternoon tweets, saying the unilateral action by Turkey risks rolling back the progress against Islamic State militants. Turkey's military action is targeting Kurdish forces and comes after U.S. President Donald Trump abruptly decided on Sunday that American troops would stand aside a radical shift in American foreign policy. Trump's decision to withdraw from Syria drew widespread condemnation internationally and across party lines within the U.S. because it's widely seen as abandonment of the Syrian Kurdish fighters who have been America's sole allies in Syria fighting the Islamic State group. Canadian forces troops used to train Kurdish security forces in neighboring Iraq, but have since shifted focus to leading the NATO training mission for Iraqi state security forces, a commitment that extends to 2021.
They were bothering him at the school. I went over there, and then my life fell apart.
A mother who witnessed her son being stabbed to death outside his high school broke her silence yesterday, blaming the system for failing to protect the 14-year-old from the bullies she said made his first month of school a nightmare. Sherry Ann Bracci-Selby broke down in tears as she spoke to reporters for the first time since her son Devin died near Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School in Hamilton on Monday afternoon. Another 14-year-old boy and an 18-year-old man are currently facing first-degree murder charges in his death, which police have described as premeditated. Bracci-Selby spared no one when describing who was responsible for her son's death, saying everyone from the school he attended to his own family let him down. Everyone failed my son, she said. Even I did. I tried to save him, and I couldn't. Hamilton Wentworth District School Board Education Director Manny Figueredo confirmed the school had received complaints about bullying against Devin, but did not provide details. Figueredo previously said the accused in the case are either past or present students at Sir Winston Churchill.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style. With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place, at the right time, in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades including installation are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
And we wanted to tell you about somebody who you probably know, Howard Stern. You know
I just mentioned him, didn't I? That they thought he was the eagle on the thingy.
Yes. Really hard-edged radio announcer. Has been a radio announcer for years and years and years and years. Really, boy, he's like...
He and Donald Trump have had conversations that are very disturbing.
Yes. Enough said.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he was on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Okay.
And he and Jimmy are good friends. And he called his wife out of 11 years, Howard Stern did, and got on a knee and asked her to remarry him on the show.
Oh, that's a side you don't often see, a Howard Stern.
Right?
Didn't he take over on America's Got Talent though too? He was a judge now. I don't know if he still is, but he was for a while.
Howard Stern. Oh, he was. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He isn't now, I don't believe.
So that's really sweet.
Isn't that sweet? I so didn't expect that from him. He
just interviewed somebody too, and it got really deep. Oh shoot! I was just reading this. It was a woman, and who just wrote a book? Oh, one of those people that I talked about that just wrote a book. A pop singer. No, not. Oh, for heaven's sakes!
Oh, for heaven's sakes!
Blondie? Who? No, it wasn't Blondie. Anyway, they got into a really deep conversation about like mental health, and I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Howard, no, it was another side of Howard Stern. I was just surprised to hear that he was having a really like in-depth conversation about. Can I talk about Johnson & Johnson now?
Yeah, let's do that.
They've been going through heck.
Oh, haven't they?
They've been sued, first of all, going way back, complications following a vaginal mesh implant procedure. They've got tens of thousands of women who sued them for that. Thousands more sued about cancer from baby talcum powder having asbestos, which they tried to hide for decades.
Imagine that! I put that on my baby.
Thousands suing there. And then in August, a judge in Oklahoma, $572 million award given because they were responsible for fueling the state's opioid crisis. Oh, that was very recent.
Very recent.
Okay, are you ready for this one now? A 26-year-old man who grew unwanted breasts after using a prescription drug has been awarded $8 billion. $8 billion. Risperidone is the name of the drug. The other name is Risperdal. Okay, so it's given to people, it's prescribed for schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, but in 2003, this gentleman, Nicholas Murray, was prescribed this drug, Risperdal, for autism spectrum disorder. He was 9 years old when he started taking it. He caused him to develop, is it called gynecomastia? You develop breast, enlarged male breasts. Others, there's thousands, others are suing for the same reason. And he was awarded $8 billion.
Johnson & Johnson.
They're appealing the ruling because the lawyer said it's grossly disproportionate. But all I know is...
That's how the guy feels, too.
For that, if you wanted, did you want to do anything about those? So you could take that, and you could take some Risperdal and...
And what? Oh, yeah, no, don't need that.
You don't want any?
No, I got enough in my shoes now. I just, I'd need a lot of Risperdal. Pick those puppies up.
We're coming back with the second half of the interview about the District of Social Services, Sault Ste. Marie Social Services Administration Board, and the program that they put together for employment. In this part of the interview, we actually talked to a couple of the people who are involved in the program. So stay tuned.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Now I'm joined by Alicia and Jeff. Thanks for being here this morning. Well, you didn't have a choice. You're here. You're here working.
I'm happy that I'm here, though.
That's great. Alicia and Jeff now. Jeff, tell me how you became acquainted with the program to begin with.
Through Ontario Works itself, offered us a program to try and get back from being unemployed for a few years back into the workforce again.
Right. Tough transition, right? I mean, when you've been out of the workforce for so long, you're probably, how are you feeling at the time when this came along?
Excited. Yes. Very excited. It's offering something more than just the training and the placements. It's giving you more of a sense that you can contribute again.
Right.
Getting you back on your feet. It's not a, I think the old expression is, it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Not a handout, it's a hand up.
I like that.
Yeah, you're the poster boy now. Okay, Alicia, background. Did you have anything as far as training in hotel restaurant before this?
I have an esthetician diploma.
Oh.
But it's more something that I've used outside the home, like with family and on my own self, but it's not really something that I think is for me as far as working in a spa.
Okay.
Nothing against that, but it's just something that I've realized is not for me.
Well, sure. I mean, I went to school for stuff that I never thought. But you know what? Everything is, you always learn something from everything.
Oh, I love it. I use it every day. I use skills from that program.
Skills, exactly. Oh, yeah. Have you guys discovered skills maybe you didn't think were as transferable or didn't think were... Do you know what I mean? Stuff that you could do or an interest you had that you didn't realize, oh my gosh, this is actually important.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Like for you, what kind of stuff are you learning now that is making you excited or making you go, oh, this works for me because?
Well, with reception, I've never really, like I did do reception briefly, but it wasn't like to the extent that I'm learning now. And it's just, you don't really notice tone. And we have to be careful with tone when we answer the phone. And I didn't really think about that until yesterday, actually. They were showing us little clips of like receptionists answering the phone. They showed us a good one and one that wasn't so great. Right. And we didn't really notice until that moment. We're like, oh my gosh. When something, you know, when you're like, wait, you're really loud on the phone. That's not right. You have to kind of be calm.
I'm loud on the phone. But one thing I did learn was when you smile on the phone, when you
they said that, yeah.
It makes a difference when someone is smiling and they speak to you on the phone. You actually hear the smile.
It's true.
I know.
Yeah.
I could see you doing reception because you got to know you have like a great personality. What about you? Where does your interest? Pardon me. Where does your interest lie?
Right now, it's in reception, front desk.
Also, yeah.
Big important lessons to take from these groups is I can't control people's reaction to things, but I can definitely control how I respond to it.
Okay, you guys are learning life lessons that it took me like a gazillion years to learn. That is so true. Oh my gosh. These are things you're learning in the classes during the day?
Yes, it is. Week by week.
Yeah.
Week by week. It's a beautiful blend of learning to get back into the different types of the personalities, what kind of people you're going to interact with on a daily basis. And you don't have to get along and agree with everything, but civility and politeness and a strong smile and a firm handshake can get you a long way.
I'm getting kind of goosebumpily here. This is amazing. Okay, so are you placed here at the water tower?
No, I'm at Super 8.
Oh, you're at the Super 8. Okay, what's that like?
It's a little bit smaller, but it's a very, very close-knit group of people. So it's very welcoming to have them show you around, and they have a great pride in what they do, and it rubs off on the people that show up as well.
Oh man, what about computer skills? Do you have to have computer skills? Did you have any before? Are they transferable? How's that work?
Basic computer skills, very, very basic, but nothing that if you can search the internet, you could definitely help at front desk.
Okay, let me ask you now personally about how long you've been doing this now? A couple weeks, what?
Yeah, about a couple weeks.
Okay. Has it made you feel a certain way? I mean, has it changed the way you feel or your outlook about things at all?
Not really. I have a pretty healthy outlook.
You always had a good outlook. Eh?
Yeah, I try to be positive about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
good for you.
It is better, though, than what I initially thought.
Yeah?
Like, I had a pretty clear view of what I thought it would be.
And it is
But they're amazing here at the water tower. And I'm not just saying that I mean, they are. Like, I've never seen such a happy group of staff. Like, they're always smiling. And at first I thought this is just, you know. But I've gotten to know it. I'm like, okay, this is real. They're really they're happy. So it's good. Yeah. They take care of their people.
What about you as far as a personal outlook? Has anything changed? Do you have more of a sense of hope for yourself or what?
Much more. Since the program began, you get the sense of it's time to get up to go to a course. It's time to contribute. It is time to get back out there, get back in the world. It's extremely motivating, and it gets you out of your own comfort zone again, so you can learn, you can experience.
So there's a challenge involved as well, and when you can meet that challenge, it makes you feel great.
Well, it's more than just the placements. You have CPR, first aid, you have your WMIS programs again. There's program after program, and if whatever you're going to put into this, you're going to get out. If you come in blasé and humdrum, then you're going to feel like you're wasting your time. But if you give it an honest effort and commit to it, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And you know, as somebody who's been down in the dumps myself at times, when somebody can shine a little light for you and say, hey, look, and give you a reason to get out of bed in the morning, right? I mean, that's a huge thing, to have a reason to get out of bed and do stuff, right? To get active again.
It really is. It really is.
Plus the socialization. I mean, I understand that you guys are all bonding really nicely in the classroom situations as well, true?
Yes, definitely. I've made some new friendships.
Have you?
And they're great people. Everybody in this program, they're all amazing. And we all have a lot of the same dreams.
Yeah.
To find employment and to gain knowledge, and it's great to see everybody coming together with a lot of the same, coming from a lot of the same backgrounds. Families, children.
You share stuff in common, so
so it's just great,
And I'm sure you share a lot of the joys of life as well as some of the challenges, and then you learn how each of you has gotten over those. Is that true as well?
Definitely. We are all coming from the same place. We're all coming from the same background, so there's very little judgment, a lot of respect.
This is a win-win all over the place. Okay, so we have to keep this going. So they were talking about retail and then construction. I mean, there's a future for the future, Sault Ste. Marie. There is really a future for this program. Do you see it?
Yes, even with the safe food handling, the hospital. All you need is safe food handling in a grade 12 to be hired for safe food handling, and it starts at I think 21 an hour. So even that for people, if it doesn't work out in the hotel, they could apply at the hospital.
Okay, I have a grade 12 and I could do food handling, so I mean, I have a future too. I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to do this and really inspiring, you guys. I'm sure that the program people are all going, yay, thank you for saying what you said, but I sense that this really does matter to you, so
100% it matters, and this program has so many options to go just from here alone. You can continue. We still have more courses to come. It's not over yet. There's still Smart Surf, for example. We still have the options for change through the John Howard Society. It's a constant learning process and just giving you those blocks to keep going forward.
And on top of that, it's offering, I mean, you don't necessarily have to stay in these jobs where they place you. You can look for other stuff. And you're finding this is a lot of resources in one place, too. Very handy, right? Rather than you having to do all this legwork, because that can get overwhelming also. When you're in a situation, especially if you're depressed, if you're in a situation where you're trying to find all these different agencies and try to get the help, for them to put it all together in one package, isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, they've done a lot of work for us.
So if you're interested, we're going to put the information up on the screen, so there'll be a website you can go to, and there'll be also an email address. So check that out. It's Future Sault Ste. Marie. It's the DSSSAB, District of Sault Ste. Marie Social Services Administration Board. I got it. Okay, I'm not going to even try to talk after that anymore. Good luck to you, Alicia. Nice to meet you. And thanks for being with us this morning. Nice to see you again. Okay, we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
And we hope you tune in, and thank you to Casey Security. And tomorrow's Friday. We already did it. We made it through the week. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget to watch. Are you going to be here at 1 o'clock for their debate?
Demi Moore. That was the person that Howard Stern talked to.
Oh, and was so nice to you.
Yes, I'll be here at 1 o'clock for the live debate.
Awesome. We're going to talk to all of the candidates.
All 5.
In the upcoming federal election.
Tomorrow's show. Can I just tell them? Chef Anna Olson, live in person. Robin Duke from Saturday Night Live, Second City, Women Fully Clothed, live in person, and Donna Hillsinger. It's a full Fall Festival Friday show. I'm so friggin' excited. Join us tomorrow. We'll have a great Thursday.
Bye.